What is going on, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. 2 videos, 2 days in a row. Also, today's video is sponsored by Leather Honey. More on that later. Been reading some comments over the last few videos and realized how much... Gotta make sure the neighbors aren't watching me vlog, it's awkward. Realized how much you guys miss the dailies, so I'm gonna try my best. Of course, there's a lot going on in my life right now, but I'm gonna try my best to get back on some daily stuff. If we could do like 4 to 5 a week, I'd be stoked. So let's head to the shop and let's get some work done, boys. First stop of the day, Napa Auto Parts to grab some VR1. All right, let's get up to date. So yesterday we got the entire engine assembled. He or she be over here, nice and beautiful. Pretty much ready to go in the car, minus like some timing stuff, which is what we need to tackle today. And the turbo. Being that this thing had a rod bearing failure, I decided I wanted to go through the cam gears. Now there's all sorts of AVCS stuff inside all the cam gears. I started messing around with one last night and they're not all that complicated. From what I see so far, at least this first one is not. The ones with the springs and whatnot may be a little bit worse, but I'm gonna go through individually, one by one, just so I don't get parts mixed up. Pull them all apart like you guys see here. So we have the casing, we have a little 3-rotor looking thing, we have another thing, and we have a gear. And then we got some more things. I don't know what any of that is called, but they're pretty easy to disassemble. If you wanna do this and you're in a pinch and you don't have time to order like the torque solution or the company 21, I think it's called, socket, you can go to Napa, grab this part number here, BSTTP11. You'll get this socket set. It's like 50 bucks, but if you're in a pinch, it works. And then you're gonna use, it is a TS30H socket, and that is how you pull the cam gears apart. It's a special 5-point security bolt. So yeah, let's run through, get all the stuff cleaned up, and then we can get the entire engine done and ready to bolt in the car, or drop in the car, I should say. I just made $800 in 1 hour. It took me 1 hour exactly to clean all 4 of the cam gears out. And then I was interested and curious. When I looked up the price tag on dual AVCS gears, 800 bucks. So instead of throwing them away, we cleaned them out. And to be honest, there wasn't all that much copper in there. There definitely was a little bit, but not all that much. So yeah, technically I made 800 bucks in an hour. That's pretty solid pay. Let's go ahead and get all of the timing components installed on the front of this guy. And we are using, I read you guys' comments when we did the timing belt on this thing last, and everybody said use the blue belt. So I got a blue belt and it looks pretty as well. Even though you can't see it underneath the timing cover, now at least we know that we're not gonna have problems. Do you have a nice pair of leather seats in one of your vehicles, or maybe you're into fashion unlike me and you actually wear nice clothes that are leather? I may have a good product for you. Now, every time I get sent one of these products to review on the channel, I always try to test it out first so I can give you a true in-depth review. Today's video is sponsored by Leather Honey. They sent out this leather care kit and I have applied it a while ago on the passenger seat in my Duramax, and the Leather Honey products have been holding up amazing. Leather Honey was created in 1968 here in the beautiful United States of America, and they do continue to make all the products here in the USA as well, which I'm a big fan of. You'll open her up and you'll have some leather cleaner and leather conditioner, no oily residue, non-toxic, and lasts 6 months or more. The company is based out of Virginia since 1968. Their American-made products are the premier all-natural, non-toxic solution for all your leather care needs. Let me give you guys a quick example of how this works. The biggest problem I noticed with white seats is they tend to get pretty dirty. The Leather Honey cleaner is taking all that black, greasy grime right off of these things. We got the white Brom seats all cleaned up with the cleaner. Now we let it dry completely. We're gonna come back out and follow that up with this leather conditioner. Grab some conditioner. You don't need too much, I've noticed. Just a little bit, probably too much. We're just gonna wipe this on the seat. So we just got both seats coated with the conditioner. We are gonna let that sit for a minimum of 2 hours. Then we're gonna come back out and wipe off the excess. It's been about 3 hours. Just gonna grab my towel and wipe off the excess that did not soak in. And we are done. See all of the ways Leather Honey's cleaner and conditioner can help prolong the life of your leather by clicking the link down in the description box below. You can use my discount code DEVINSAVE20 to save 20% off Leather Honey's products. Thank you, Leather Honey, for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to work. Hello, my mic just died, so I apologize for the different sounding audio. Hopefully it still sounds decent. A little update on the engine. All the timing is completed. Timing cover is on. We got a bunch of head stuff on, so all the AVCS solenoids and cam sensors, all that good stuff is on. The coolant crossover pipe is installed. Now, I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna come back, and I wanna get this thing in the car tonight. There's no way I'm gonna get it fired up. It's already 5 p.m. All this stuff has taken so long. I still have to completely reassemble our 5858. I need to refinish the exhaust manifold, that guy there, to make it look like that so it can be reburnt and look brand new again. I don't really want to do it, but I already did the up pipe, so I feel obligated to do the manifold and the down pipe and the dump tube. And I think that's it. Not really, just working on Bobby's cars actually. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
You as well. Next up, let's knock out the ignition coils. We gotta get our engine cake plugs gapped and installed. And I also did pick up this little Torque Solutions. It's like a shorter oil fill tube. The reason for this is the OEM one, which is pretty freaking long. There's a little side by side. The OEM one kept hitting the intercooler piping. So this should take care of that. Yeah, that'll be nice. So if you have that same issue, here's the part number. I'll link it down below. Engine is ready for the turbo kit, but our turbo is still torn apart. So let's go ahead and get this guy reassembled. I'm excited to see how it looks already finished. Glass bead on the cold side on the compressor housing, Cerakote on the rest, and of course new seals. So here we have all the turbo components. We have some goodies in there. Hot side, cartridge, the bearing, which this is needing to be fully reassembled. I've had it soaking in this ATF for a while. And then the rebuild kit. Everything's easy except this bearing is like completely gutted, all the balls are out of it. I've never reassembled one before, so hopefully I can get it figured out. If not, we are gonna have to buy a new turbo. And I was okay with that going into it. The turbo is complete, and here's how it turned out. It spins, which is a good sign. It's tight, which is a good sign. And it's freaking beautiful, which is a good sign. Now we can just go ahead and slap it on. The manifold, honestly, it doesn't look all that bad, but I want it to be perfect again. Just like the pipe, there's some staining on it, especially right up in here. So I'm gonna run through and make that look like this. Hopefully the turbo works. I've had good luck in the past. It's kind of hard to mess up. The only thing that you really have to be careful with is the balance, I guess you'd call it, the alignment, the balance of the wheel to the shaft and to the nut. So I just mark everything how it was before it comes apart, and then I'll put it back in that same exact spot. So technically we should be good, technically, but it's a car and it's a Subaru. So guess we'll see. I actually want to show you guys this real quick before we do that manifold. You see all this gunk in the bottom of this little tub? That all came out of the inside of the turbo. I don't know if that's enough to take out a new motor, but I don't want to take any chances. Definitely never doing this again. Dump tube turned out really nice. Downpipe turned out nice. Manifold looks like poop because if you have to hit it at different angles, then it just looks like that. So I hope it looks decent when it gets colored. I'm going to call that a day there. We've already spent like 2 hours on this BS. I should have never done it. It didn't look bad before, but we started, we had to finish. Let's go ahead and get all of the stuff in the turbo on the engine. All right, turbo's on. With the manifold nut pipe, all the V-bands are loose so we can get everything set where it needs to go when we get the downpipe on. This thing's pretty much ready to drop in the car, which is exciting. I do need to get that oil feed and drain line on for the turbo. Then what else do we have to install before it goes in the car? I don't think anything else. I am gonna do it a little bit differently today. Every other time I've done a CB in the past, I do the intake manifold, or I'll put the intake manifold on before I put the engine in the car. And I've seen a few other people, including Bader, put the intake manifold while it's in the car. We're gonna try it that way this time. Might as well, because it might be fun. So let's give it a shot. Good news and bad news. Good news is, engine is in the car. Bad news is that is all we have time to do today. So I'm gonna wrap this video up right here. Tomorrow this thing's 100% gonna be back on the road, provided we don't have any catastrophic failures or major issues. It'll be back on the road tomorrow for sure. There's not much else to do, just of course get the intake manifold on, get everything buttoned up, fluids, a little bit of break-in stuff, and this thing will be finished. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Peace out, my friends. I'll see you guys in the next episode.